So I just quickly wanted to hop on here to talk about why you can scale your paid ads to plus 100k a month, or probably can't scale further than that if you're at like 100k a month ish. And this is something that I see not many people talk about, which is why I wanted to hop on, because we've actually done this successfully for a lot of clients. I have some proof here. For example, one of our clients spent over 1 mil on TikTok in 3 months, which is a lot above the 100k a month in ad spend. And it's all about, like, the red pill is all about finding scalable avatars. It's not about having like a winning creative. It's not about the hooks. It's not about the colors, the creators you use in the videos, or whatever. It's not about the segmentation in Facebook. It's all about finding scalable avatars and scalable concepts. So if you can't scale your paid ads to plus 100k a month, it's definitely for that reason that you aren't able to. You might also have some other issues, but in terms from a paid ads perspective, it's this by far. And I say this because we've spent, for example, we've done this successfully for clients where they've spent multiple 100k a month on paid ads and grown successfully, all because we focused on the scalable avatars and we focused on the scalable concepts. So you might have different segments of audience that you target within your paid ads. You might have female, you might have males, you might have someone who's interested in X, and you might have someone who's interested in another outcome. And ultimately, some portions of your audience will be not shit customers, because there is no such thing as a shit customer, but the audience, there's definitely worse audiences, and then there's the better audience that you can target. So this is kind of like the painful truth, so to speak. And yeah, most brands really ignore that their ads aren't scalable, and they're engineered in a way which kind of just sets them up for failure, which I'm about to share with you how you can avoid that. But we've worked with plus 30 brands, spend multiple seven figures on ad creative, so I think we have some good takes on how you can fix this issue. So the reason why you can't really scale your paid ads to plus 100k a month is because your audience isn't scalable. What this means is that, quite literally, this is your audience size versus another company's audience size. And what happens for most people is that every time they run their ads, so I'll just make a simple equation here, is that every time they run their ads, over time, their customer acquisition cost will start to, make this in red, will start to just plummet over time. And that's because at the beginning, you're only targeting the people, or you're targeting the people who are most interested in your products, the people who are like your super fans. They want to buy this product because the appeal that you have to them is just so strong. So at the beginning, your CAC is just, this should obviously be in reverse. So let me just, so your CAC will increase over time, sorry. Yeah, your CAC will increase over time. Doesn't matter. What happens is that because you at the beginning have the best appeal to these people who are most interested in the exact value proposition you have, your CAC will be low. But as you start to scale a concept or an avatar, fewer and fewer people will have the same resonance with that exact value proposition that you go to market with. So your audience size is quite literally too small. You only have so many people within your audience size, and it's the reason often why brands can scale from my lens and from what I see is that there isn't many people, or their concept is, or their avatar for that sake, isn't big enough. It's not a wide enough appeal for them to scale. So they have really not that many people in their audience, and they're confined within this small audience, versus another company which might be in their industry, who have done a few different things which I'm about to share with you, might have a way bigger audience appeal, and therefore a way bigger audience to target, and their CAC wouldn't increase the same way, and they will be able to increase their ads budget because there are more people that they can appeal to within the market. So you can expand your audience size. This is just some general tips. You can expand your audience size by either doing product development, you can change the functions of your product, or you can change the positioning of your product. This is a big one, and I'm going to get into it. So some brands, they may face the issue of their audience being too small. They're left with like high CPMs, low CTRs, generally just like terrible conversions. And that's because, as I mentioned, their market or their audience compared to the market is tiny. It's very tiny. Therefore, it's important that your products capture a bigger portion of the market, which looks like this. So basically just expanding the scalable avatars and the scalable concepts. So this is what leads to some companies being able to capture a bigger portion of the market than you, basically. And as said, there's two things primarily which you can do, or that I at least would recommend doing, and that's changing the product itself, but also changing the positioning of the product and the actual value proposition. So doing the product development, it's hard, but there's less competition, which ultimately leads to more value to your customer if you develop a better product obviously. Then there's also the positioning of the product, so you can actually focus on finding a new avatar or finding a new concept which is more scalable for that avatar that you have. It's easier to do, but there's more competition, but ultimately again it increases the value of your product. So I actually had to re-record this video, but I found an example. For example, here you can see, you can see I have it up here. And normal, for example, product would be like an app roller, and then you can see this guy. This is like the traditional market appeal and also the traditional product with just a standard app wheel to a standard avatar. But for example, with this product right here, you can see what they did is that they actually product developed the product and they made it better in some way. I don't know if this product is better, but let's say for the sake of this demonstration, the product is better. It drives more value to the customer. Therefore, there is literally less competition for this exact product. Now, if they also change their positioning for the product, so instead of having the appeal to fitness people, it could be to, for example, people who want to lose some belly fat, perhaps some women in like their 30, 40, 50s who are very busy on work and come home on the weekend, and this is kind of like, or they have time in the weekends to do like their 10-minute training. This could be a golden product for them. So if you have this benefit of changing your product, and you also have not benefit but the value of making your product better and also changing the positioning, you'll have a very deadly combo, and 1 + 1 = 3 in this equation, where you'll just have a phenomenal new product which is more scalable. So again, we are expanding literally the audience size. So we are going to have a bigger market appeal. I'm going to change this. Yeah, I'm not a pro with this, doesn't matter. But yeah, your audience will quite literally just become bigger. Therefore, more people to advertise to. So instead of your CAC over time just increasing, you will be able to just have a more steady CAC. Of course, it will increase because there isn't as many people to advertise to, which has the exact issue, and you are solving their exact issue with your value proposition. But you wouldn't see these crazy spikes in your CAC, and you'll be able to more successfully scale your ads budget over time. So yeah, ultimately you will develop a whole new subsect of the market. You will be a category of one, and kind of I don't want to go too much into details with this because I'll probably cover this in another video. But if you think of your avatars like this, so you might have avatar 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's say I have another fitness example over here. But you might in avatar 1 have a female, in avatar 2 you had a male, avatar 3 a male again, and then avatar 4 a female. Most people think that their audience sizes quite literally look like this. So it's an even split, 25% this, 25% this, 25% that, and that's that. Then you might have a concept. I'll get into that. You'll have a concept in each avatar. But before we even get to that, the avatar size that you have is probably more skewed towards something like this. So one avatar probably is much bigger than another subsection of your market. So for example, for this app roller, if you go with the avatar 3 males in the ages of 20 to 35 years old, many of those guys might not be interested in a freaking app roller because they already have a six-pack, or they might just do something else. Compared to the 20 to 35-year-old females who want to get fit or who wants to look good. It all depends on your value proposition, obviously, but it's just about finding the scalable avatars and having enough people to sell to, so that your CAC doesn't just go full bananas when you try to raise budgets. It's all about them finding the scalable avatars. The next thing is finding the scalable concepts. So you actually have concepts which appeal to a large subsection of your actual avatar. I'll get into that in another day, but for now I just wanted to share this with you, and this is all from my experience working with over 30 e-commerce brands, spending multiple seven figures on our ad creatives, and having done this before and having seen those brands who are able to scale and those brands who aren't able to scale, and this is definitely one of the reasons why. So just the red pill on why you can scale your paid ads to plus 100k a month. If you have any questions, send me a DM. I'll leave some links down below in the description. Like and subscribe to this video. I'm new to all this YouTube stuff, so it's good that I got that set. And other than that, just take care. Have a good day.